I'm Alex, the top agent for Sophia, the reigning star of the silver screen. For 6 years, we've been secretly in love, never daring to reveal our relationship to the public eye. However, Sophia recently confessed to being with her first love, Kenji, a struggling actor, during a red carpet event. Since then, I found myself the biggest cuckold in our circle. Eventually, Sophia lost her fame and fortune, brought to her knees, tearfully begging me to rescue her from her downfall. But I chose to walk away with my true love, grinning, leaving no evidence behind. Sorry, but you're blocking the path of the real queen of my life. This marks 6 years of our hidden romance. When we first started dating, Sophia insisted that keeping our relationship under wraps was best for her acting career. As her agent, I agreed. On our 6th anniversary, Kenji reappeared in her life. Everyone in our circle knows that Kenji has always been the bright moonlight in Sophia's heart. Back then, Sophia broke ties with her family to be with Kenji, causing quite a stir since Kenji came from a notorious family of thieves. No parent in their right mind would want their precious daughter to marry into such a background. Ultimately, they split up because reality was just too harsh. When Kenji boarded the ferry to leave the country, Sophia chased after him, crying, but only caught sight of his determined departure. He didn't leave a word for her. Since then, Kenji has been a lingering thorn in Sophia's heart. Later, her family pushed her into the entertainment industry, burying that painful love story with time. As the ace agent of a major entertainment company, I got to know her better, and we grew close. Sophia told me she fell for me instantly and had been pursuing me for a long time before we officially got together. Thanks to my connections, she easily landed roles in literary films by top directors and even won a Best Actress award. On the award night, she stood on stage, tearfully thanking me, but only as her agent. That was her first award win. She was so ecstatic that night, drinking heavily with me. After too many drinks, she threw herself onto the bed, clutching my waist and not letting go, acting like a spoiled kid. Alex, am I doing all right? Can you see me? Don't leave me. Her hands trembled as she gently touched my face, but it seemed like she was staring at someone else in her eyes. How could I leave you, baby? I thought she was just happy about winning the award and laughed along with her. It wasn't until later, when I saw Kenji, that I realized how much I resembled him. With just a slight resemblance, one could easily mistake us for each other. No wonder she said she fell for me at first sight. No wonder she was so emotional that night and spoke to me with such admiration. His name is Kenji. Mine is Alex. Alex. Kenji. So she was never really calling my name all these years. The person in her heart had always been him. And what about me? Alex, who worked tirelessly for Sophia's career all these years, just a mere substitute, a grain of rice compared to the bright moonlight? Ridiculous. Truly ridiculous. Reuniting with Kenji happened on a talent show. Sophia was the special guest mentor for that episode, and Kenji was a contestant. The moment he saw Sophia on stage, his perfect composure shattered instantly. He even messed up his moves. You, contestant, are you scared of the stage or haven't practiced enough? Dancing like that, you should go home and sell sweet potatoes. Being a star isn't for you. All the mentors harshly criticized his unprofessionalism because he had no backing. Kenji bit his lip in disappointment, gazing longingly at Sophia, the only silent judge. I stood in front of the backstage TV, watching Sophia sitting there. Although she didn't speak up for him, her eyes were red with the joy of reuniting after a long time and grievances over the years. Even as a star, she couldn't control her emotions. It was an expression I had never seen before all these years. Seeing her like that, my heart felt suddenly sour and bitter, like biting into an unripe plum. Extremely uncomfortable. Originally, Kenji was supposed to be eliminated from the show, but due to Sophia's strong request, he was kept on. The entertainment industry is always shady. That night, all the contestants who advanced were sent to a banquet. Sophia and I were also there. The event was filled with influential bigwigs and old bosses, old in age, but not in their desires. Kenji, being handsome with eyes that seemed to flirt unconsciously, was very popular among these old lechers. Soon, A greasy, overweight woman wanted to be his sugar mama, insisting he drink wine mouth to mouth with her. Oh, handsome boy, come here and serve your auntie. The fat woman smirked and beckoned, scaring Kenji, whose reluctance made me feel a bit of schadenfreude. But soon I couldn't laugh anymore because Sophia's reaction was even more intense than Kenji's. Watching Kenji being humiliated, she bit her lip and pinched my hand under the table. Maybe she didn't even realize it herself. Her sharp red nails dug into my flesh and soon my palm was bleeding. Just as the fat woman's thick lips were about to touch Kenji, Sophia couldn't hold back anymore. Enough! What are you doing? It's disgusting. Attending this banquet is my greatest humiliation. She pushed me hard, grabbed the red wine in front of her, and splashed it on the fat woman's face without a word. Sophia, you're drunk. Sensing trouble, I quickly tried to stop her, but she ignored me, holding Kenji's hand and walking out without looking back. The others at the table exchanged glances, and the fat woman's face turned terrifyingly dark. I thought to myself, this is it. We're done. The fat woman was the show's biggest investor, and Sophia had completely offended her. Sophia left with Kenji, leaving the mess to me. That night, while trying to apologize for her, I didn't know how much I had drunk. I ended up with a bleeding stomach, clutching my stomach, and collapsing on the floor. Their words echoed in my ears. Alex isn't Sophia's man. Being cuckolded in front of everyone feels better than this wine, doesn't it? You can't even control the woman you made famous. What kind of man are you? Before passing out from the pain, I felt someone touch my face. When I woke up, I was in the hospital, and it was the next day. The nurse said a girl, probably a kind waitress, brought me here. I reached into my pocket and pulled out my phone. No messages from Sophia all night. It seems Kenji's appearance really made her forget everything. I had no heart to recuperate, so I pulled on my coat and left the hospital. When I got back to Sophia's house, I found her car in the yard. Perfect. I had something to tell her, not just about our relationship, but also about my contract renewal. Kenji, don't go. Please. Hearing Kenji's name, I stopped in my tracks. Seeing the two tangled in the yard, Sophia clung tightly to Kenji from behind. Her eyes were red, pleading and acting spoiled. She had never looked at me like that before. You already have a fiancé. After leaving me, you immediately started dating that man for 6 years, right? Do you know? After being forcibly sent abroad by your family, I was beaten by fierce foreigners every day. I barely escaped with my life. Otherwise, I'd be dead. I came back just to survive. I don't understand why my poverty made your mother look down on me. Kenji struggled a bit, his tone cold and resentful, as if he had truly suffered abroad. But from my perspective, his expression was smug, like a small man achieving his goals. His indifferent reaction only made Sophia more anxious. She clung tighter like an octopus. No, I don't love him. I don't love that man. He's just my agent. Kenji, he just looks a bit like you. My heart has always been yours. I don't love him. I don't love that man. He's just my agent, Kenji. He just looks a bit like you. My heart has always been yours. I don't want him anymore. I only want you. I'll change agents to solve everything. Fine. Fine. No one would have thought the once proud star would be so humble. No one would have thought I, Alex, the top agent in the entertainment industry, was just a substitute. I did so much for Sophia's career, only to end up as someone to be replaced, watching them hug and kiss in the yard. My hands trembled into fists, my eyes red. Sophia, I never forgot you either. Kenji smiled and kissed Sophia, looking at me with victory in his eyes. I sneered, didn't push the door open, and walked away. Well, may you two, a pretentious coquette and a simp, be together forever, Sophia. Between us, who replaced whom isn't certain yet. Since that day, negative news and gossip about Sophia have been constantly emerging online. Among the most sensational was the rumor that she was allegedly keeping a young lover hidden in a luxurious apartment. A few days ago, paparazzi caught her little boyfriend, the same Kenji she had staunchly supported on the talent show. Kenji's dark past was soon uncovered by netizens. Both his parents had been imprisoned for theft. He had impregnated a classmate in high school, dropped out, and became a street thug. Public opinion was boiling over with the internet full of insults towards this disgraced celebrity, and Sophia's fans were also publicly denouncing her. What? Sophia chose such a boyfriend. He's just a scumbag. You don't understand. It's like a rotten pot with a rotten lid. Two of a kind. Sophia must be trash too. I used to think she and her agent were a couple. The agent is so handsome. She must be blind. In the past, as soon as such rumors started to surface, I would have had the PR department handle it. But this time, I didn't intervene, allowing the scandal between Sophia and Kenji to dominate the top search results. From an agent's perspective, an artist with ulterior motives should be left to grow wild like weeds outside. Over time, a wildfire would naturally burn her to the ground. From the perspective of a lover of 6 years, Sophia was the one who was unkind first. So she couldn't blame me, Alex, for watching indifferently. Colleagues and old friends from the industry saw the news and called to ask me about it. I simply responded over the phone, I'm not sure. Sophia and I have already ended our contract. 3 days later, with public opinion still raging online, I received a call from Sophia. Alex, what kind of agent are you? The insults against me online could pile up into a mountain. Are you just sitting there doing nothing? Or are all these online attacks against me you're doing? You are truly malicious. On the other end of the line, she was furious and relentless with her scolding. Clearly, she was driven mad by the online abuse over these days and suddenly remembered she had an agent. But did you ever think of me, your boyfriend of 6 years, when you were having fun with your bright moonlight these past days? Miss Sophia, I think you've been too busy to remember. Our contract expired a long time ago. I sneered on the other end of the phone, calmly facing her tantrum. What? When did it expire? I didn't know. Just when you were being all lovey-dovey with your bright moonlight. Seizing the moment of silence, I continued, We're finished. In terms of work and feelings, we're over in every possible way. After saying that, I hung up and blocked her number, feeling the world finally quiet and my heart incredibly at ease. Later, to escape the online abuse, Sophia disappeared from the internet for a long time. By then, I had already resigned from that entertainment company. The industry is full of smart people. As soon as the news of my resignation as an ace agent came out, I became a hot commodity for various major companies. Soon, companies with generous offers proactively reached out to me. Half a month later, at a film festival, I saw Sophia again. She was walking the red carpet with Kenji, their arms intertwined, looking extremely intimate. Without me. Her dress was the cheapest option available, surrounded by a dense array of microphones, blinding flashlights, and aggressive reporters. Hello, Miss Sophia. Are you and Mr. Kenji walking the red carpet together to officially announce your relationship? Facing the camera, Sophia smiled shyly, snuggling up to Kenji. Kenji smirked and kissed Sophia in front of the cameras. Let's keep it a secret for now. I want to announce this good news on the awards stage. Though he said that, it was basically a confirmation of their relationship. The internet may have a memory, but it's clearly not a good one. As I stood not far away, those who knew me laughed. After all, for the past 6 years, people in the circle knew I was Sophia's boyfriend. Now, I had become the well-known cuckold. As I was thinking this, a reporter seemed to read my mind and asked, I heard that Sophia's agent, Mr. Alex, has always been rumored to be her partner. Is this true, or is your relationship with Kenji an affair? The sharp question made Sophia's face turn pale, and she uncontrollably looked towards my corner. This caught the reporter's attention, and in the next second, microphones were thrust in front of me. Ah, Mr. Wong is here too. Can you give a brief response? Sophia's gaze was like needles on my body, full of panic, fear, but more of a threat. She was afraid I would say something detrimental to her and Kenji in public, but facing the cameras, I would never lose my composure like her, nor did I want to be the target of criticism, so I just smiled gracefully. Sorry, I have resigned. Leaving only those words, I walked away. Mr. Wong, here is tonight's winners list. I sat in the backstage lounge and took the list handed to me by the organizers. In the Best Actress category, it was Sophia's name. Oh, I remembered. We hadn't fallen out yet at that time, so with my connections, her poorly performing movie could win an award. But now, she foolishly severed ties with me. She thought that having won Best Actress once, she was the queen of the entertainment industry, but she wasn't even worthy of being a foot washer. Someone like her, worthy of being Best Actress. Pointing at Sophia's name, I coldly looked at the organizers, making them tremble. After all, they got the hosting rights because of my influence. Then shall we change it? They cautiously tried to please me. I nodded, my gaze scanning a row of actresses, finally settling on a familiar face, feeling a surge of emotion. No, let's choose based on merit. The award ceremony began as scheduled, and soon it was time to announce the Best Actress. Sitting in the front row, casually glancing back because of my previous promise, Sophia was confident, subtly straightening her posture. Ha, fool, you've already betrayed me, and you still think I'd let you win the award and announce to the world that you cuckolded me? Or do you really believe you have what it takes to win Best Actress? The Best Actress is... Let's congratulate Mia. The camera focused on a serene, radiant woman under the spotlight, Mia. She seemed stunned, taking a moment before standing up and smiling as she accepted the award. Behind her, a venomous glare pierced towards me, but I didn't even bother to turn around. I knew it was Sophia's silent curse. Alex, what do you mean? You clearly said the Best Actress award was mine. After knowing each other for so long, can't you bear to see me happy? On the way to the restroom, Sophia blocked my path, her face twisted with rage. I looked at her beautiful face, once a source of affection, now only disgusted me. I've told you before, Sophia, you became a Best Actress because the man behind you was me. Without me, you are nothing. I looked at her with disdain, showing a dismissive expression that hit her arrogant pride hard. You bastard, you just want revenge, right? Haha, let me tell you, I'll be fine without you. As she spoke, her expression turned frenzied with shame, and she even raised her hand to hit me. I grabbed her hand sharply and slapped her back, leaving a red mark on her face. You dare hit a woman? She held her face, looking at me in disbelief. I sneered, wiping my hand as if touching something dirty. I don't hit good women, but for a slut like you, I hit one when I see one. Get lost. This is the men's restroom. Do you want to be on tomorrow's headlines? Sophia attacks men's restroom. Watching her flee in panic, I spat and prepared to return to the venue. Alex, but in the hallway, I heard a familiar voice. I turned to see Mia in a white gown, quietly looking at me. Did you give me this award? Alex, are you planning to use this award to crush me again? Mia was my first love. We met at a banquet trying to secure film investments. Mia was an actress brought by the production team, playing a minor role. The coal boss investor, however, leered at her, wanting to take advantage. National goddess Mia, with a face as pure as jasmine. At that moment, her face was flushed red from the man's humiliation, yet she refused to yield, more like resilient reeds. She rejected the coal boss's room card, but was pressed onto the table in anger, with many filthy insults. Stupid slut out here to entertain, what are you pretending for? I'll take care of you right now. The coal boss had money and no one dared to move except me. Bang! I picked up a wine bottle and smashed it on the old pervert's head. The red liquid, I couldn't tell if it was wine or blood. Mr. Zhao, acting like a hooligan in front of me, isn't that too much? The men rolled on the ground in pain. I squatted, patting his face. When he saw my face clearly, he gasped and fled because I am Alex, the sole heir of the Wong business empire. Being an agent was just my hobby. Mia was very grateful for my rescue, and we became good friends. At first, I was curious because in the entertainment industry, few women remain pure, but Mia was famous for not succumbing to the unspoken rules. Despite her breathtaking beauty, she could only get small roles. I love acting, not being a star, she said to me, which was exactly the answer I wanted. I looked at Mia, her bright phoenix eyes shining with love and dreams, like stars in the sky. I was the person who could easily pluck the brightest star from the sky, so naturally she became my artist and my lover. She was the high cold goddess in the eyes of fans, as elegant and pure as a swan. But when facing me, she was a shy, simple girl. Many times in the middle of the night, holding her slender waist and kissing her, I could feel her gentle trembling, shyly nestling in my arms. Alex, I love you. I love you so much. Every time Mia said she loved me, her soft voice was like sweet candy. No man could resist. So every night the kisses became more passionate, the love more intense. But later, we broke up. In those years, with my connections and manipulations, Mia became a hot commodity in the entertainment industry. It was during this time that I suggested our breakup, a drastic, cliff edge split without me to rely on. Mia's resources plummeted, and she returned to playing minor roles, subject to the whims of others. Why? Alex, yesterday you were talking about proposing to me. Today is an April Fool's Day. This joke isn't funny. Mia's eyes were filled with tears as she trembled and questioned me. It wasn't because she was treated coldly by the crew, but because of our inexplicable breakup. I turned my head away, unwilling to look at her. Hurtful words spewed forth. Why? Because I'm tired of you, ha. You're such a bumpkin who's never seen the world. A little sweetness, a wave of the hand, and you come running. Mia, look at your background. Everything you have is because of me. What right do you have to be with me? My cruel words would have made an ordinary girl cry and run away, but she stood there looking at me. Mia shook her head, her red eyes full of sorrow, like a river flowing against the current. She stepped forward and hugged me, her tears soaking my shirt. This was the most humble posture for the once prouder. I don't believe it. If you're really like this, why did you save me back then? You know I was with you not for fame or fortune, I sneered, lifting her chin and lightly patting her face in humiliation. I just wanted to see you rise to the top and then fall back to the dust overnight. It's very amusing. The taste of being lifted up and then destroyed. Isn't it great? This is who I am, and there's nothing you can do about it. With that, I pushed her away forcefully and pulled out $1 million check, throwing it in her face. Get lost. Breakup fee. Keep it. Mia stood there frozen, and I strode away without looking back. On the way out, it was pouring rain. I stared at the scenery outside the window, silent. Only the driver that day knew that the young master cried with the rain. Years later, I met her again in this arena of fame and fortune. The power of the bright moonlight is indeed immense, and Mia, who once resembled a delicate jasmine, now looked more like an enchanting white rose. The moment I saw her, my heart began to race uncontrollably. Just like a few hours ago when I saw that face backstage, my heart was pounding hard. Mia. After a long separation, I wanted to ask her how she had been all these years, how her movies were going, and I wanted to explain the misunderstandings of the past, but usually eloquent, I found myself at a loss for words. In the end, I only managed to say, "No, this is what you deserve." These words were true from the bottom of my heart. After our breakup, Mia endured all these years on her own. She is an excellent actress, the best among the line of actresses, deserving a Best Actress award more than a vase like Sophia. Do you think I would believe you? People don't fall into the same river twice. After 10 years, her eyebrows and eyes were just as I remembered. Mia still had that proud and aloof demeanor, but now her eyes were slightly red, biting her lip as she questioned me. Or do you see me as a tool to make Sophia jealous? Sophia, what does she have to do with this? I frowned and shook my head, saying only, how can you compare to her? I meant that a superficial vase like Sophia could never compare to her. Unexpectedly, Mia frowned at my words and walked away, even more annoyed, lifting her dress in anger. Sigh, after all these years apart, her temper has only grown. Watching her back, I sighed, starting to miss the shy girl she used to be. Congratulations on winning Best Actress. In the empty hallway, I called out to her. The only response was the sound of her high heels clacking away, seemingly stomping harder in response to my words. All right then, still so adorable. News of Mia winning Best Actress quickly hit the entertainment headlines, An actress without any backing or connections achieving such success would inevitably attract rumors, especially since this time she had offended the narrow minded Sophia. For a while, headlines like Mia steals Sophia's Best Actress title and Mia becomes a toy for a big shot flooded the internet. With Sophia secretly hiring internet trolls to manipulate public opinion, the online comments were overwhelmingly negative. Oh my god, she's so shameless. This Best Actress award clearly belonged to our Sophia. How can this seductive vixen be so hateful? Ha ha ha, pretending to be pure and innocent. But who knows how many people she slept with behind the scenes. Yeah, I heard that the award was originally Sophia's. Her name was even engraved on the trophy, but Mia snatched it away. Poor Sophia. Mia, get out of the entertainment industry. Mia, get out of the entertainment industry. Mia, get out of the entertainment industry. The overwhelming negative news, vicious insults, and filthy language weighed down on Mia like a mountain. It seemed that overnight, she became the biggest sinner, and all of Sophia's misfortunes were blamed on her. I scrolled through the absurdity of the online world in my office, coldly smiling. Brother Wong, is it time? My assistant knocked on my door. I nodded. It was time. Soon, as the insults reached their peak, an influential blogger in the industry spoke up for Mia. But watching the movie, Mia's performance was indeed excellent. She brought the small role to life much better than that vase Sophia. Has everyone forgotten what Sophia said on the red carpet? In the red carpet interview, Sophia said she had good news to announce on stage, but at that time, no one should have known who the actual winner was. How could she be so certain she'd be on stage? Dear audience, have you figured out who the real protagonist of this drama is? This influential blogger's words shifted the public opinion at the height of the insults. Then, the opportunistic netizens started a tug of war. But Mia must have a backer. I'm a staff member, and I saw her backstage being overly familiar with a high-ranking man. Are there any pure women in the entertainment industry? They're all corrupt. If she's innocent, she should prove it. These comments reminded me of something. It was time to mend fences with someone and make things official. Alex, even without you, our Sophia won't suffer. Sophia and Kenji stood in front of me, hand in hand, looking smug. The online backlash was still escalating. It seemed they had invested a lot in this campaign, determined to get their revenge. Looking at Sophia's gloating face, I felt a deep sense of unfamiliarity and even a strong aversion. How was I so blind to have spent 6 years with someone like this? Now, it seemed she and that pretty boy Kenji were a perfect match. I was the lucky one to escape this misery. This kind of tactic is like harming yourself to hurt your enemy. Mia won't care, and I just see you both as a pair of perfect fools. What did you say? You dare to insult me? Sure enough, Kenji, who was nothing more than a thug, immediately turned into a rabid dog at my words. He shoved Sophia aside and raised his fist to hit me. Dealing with someone like him, I wouldn't even dirty a finger, so I pointed behind him. Oh, look, when did the reporters get here? At the mention of reporters, Kenji's demeanor instantly changed, transforming into an obedient boy. Sophia had put in a lot of effort to clean up his image, explaining away his previous scandals as rumors, but when he turned and saw no one behind him, his face twisted back into a snarl. You dare to trick me! Enraged, Kenji lunged at me like a beast, devoid of humanity. Just as his fist was about to connect, a loud click was heard. This time, real reporters had arrived. I took a punch, but Kenji's violent behavior was caught live on camera. In an instant, all of Sophia's painstaking efforts to rebuild his image were shattered and wasted, bringing them back to square one. Alex, we've known each other for so long. Do you really have to push me this far? If you're still angry, still jealous, then I'll apologize, all right? If you want, I can... After the reporters left, Sophia softened her tone, hugging herself as she negotiated with me. Can what? You don't think I'm still pining for you, willing to be your secret lover like before, do you? Sophia, it's morning. It's time to wake up from your daydream. I cut her off, genuinely amused by her audacity. I had never seen someone so shameless. As security escorted her out, Sophia was still shouting at me. Alex, if you help Mia bully me, I will make sure neither of you has it easy. A joke. Who will make whose life difficult is yet to be determined. Hiss, be gentle. It hurt a bit when Mia was applying medicine to my wound. After the earlier commotion, I didn't know how long she had been standing outside the door watching. She only came over after everyone had left. Now you feel the pain. Why didn't you dodge the punch earlier? Did it make your heart ache? You're such a smooth talker. I wasn't worried. Mia's hand trembled a bit as she applied the medicine. When I held her hand, she didn't resist, but instead, her eyes reddened. Sophia targeted you, and I'm sorry you had to suffer, Mia. Hearing this, Mia's previously straight back suddenly softened, looking very aggrieved. After all, she earned this award purely through her own merit, but Sophia's enraged jealousy subjected her to online abuse. All those insults, like snowflakes, slowly gathered into a snowball that could crush a person completely. Mia had been bearing all this alone without confiding in anyone. My single expression of concern made her emotions completely collapse. She sniffled, crying as she threw herself into my arms. I stroked her hair and gently wiped away her sparkling tears. Mia, let's get back together. I held Mia tightly, as if she were a precious treasure. Those 6 years with Sophia, although fulfilling, left me with a sense of disconnection, without the feeling of love for a long time. Until the day I reunited with her, my heart pounded, and I understood the meaning of love. Are you lying to me again, Alex? Are you going to deceive me like before? Are you going to lift me up high and then let me fall hard again? Mia wiped her tears, questioning me softly, but still unwilling to leave my warm embrace. Is your father's uremia cured? Hearing this, Mia froze. She didn't expect me to know about it. A kind person helped. How did you know? Could it be? I sighed and told her everything from the past. I had also felt aggrieved and had bottled it up for a long time. Back then, Mia's father was suffering from uremia and urgently needed a kidney to stay alive. At that time, her career was at its peak, but she didn't tell me to avoid worrying me. With her connections, where could she find a compatible kidney? Meanwhile, someone informed my father about my relationship with Mia. He was a businessman who looked down on actresses and used this to coerce me into leaving Mia. I still remember my father's authoritative face. He said that if I left that woman and agreed to Sophia's pursuit, he would help find a suitable kidney for Mia's father and cover all the expenses. At that time, I hadn't taken control of the business yet. I had no choice but to leave her with the harshest words. As I spoke, I noticed my chest was wet. Looking down, I saw that Mia was crying, just like when I broke up with her back then. Mia, do you still blame me? I gently held her face, full of tenderness. I do blame you, she said, hitting me lightly with her fists, her voice still choked with tears. I blame you for not telling me earlier. Mia and I got back together, but the news exploded again. This time the headline was, Shameless woman hooks up with Wong family's old boss, caught in the act of being a mistress. The accompanying video indeed showed Mia getting into a car belonging to the Wong group, with even some blurry, suggestive footage. Upon checking, I found it was footage from a TV drama over 10 years ago with faces AI swapped to look like Mia and my dad. The comments were even more interesting. Wow, Mia really does have strong backing, huh? That old Wong man is over 70, and she still wants to sleep with him. She must be starving. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Such a woman will stop at nothing to get what she wants, even if it means eating anything. She used to pretend to be pure and innocent, but she's just a slut after all. These filthy comments gave me a headache. I closed the video and immediately sent a link to the group's legal department. Meanwhile, I received a text from Kenji. You're still far from being able to fight us. These idiots, the scheming in the entertainment circle is just child's play. But daring to mess with the Wong group and my dad, they were really kicking a steel plate. As the online noise continued, I had Mia remain silent, while the Wong group issued 2 news releases. One was a formal statement declaring that we would take legal action against the rumor mongers and included a lawyer's letter. The names of the defendants were clearly stated as Sophia and Kenji. The other was an official announcement of our relationship. The post was short, only a few words, no backing, just good wife, accompanied by a picture of our marriage certificate. I believe there was no more dignified way to announce love than having it on the front page of a major corporate website for 7 days. And this dignity was what I wanted to give Mia, after all the grievances she had endured over the years. But this was far from enough. I used my connections in the entertainment industry to bring up a lot of Sophia and Kenji's old scandals, including her cheating, winning fake awards, and fraudulent donations, all of which I had previously suppressed. Now, all came out at once, and Kenji's carefully crafted new image collapsed overnight. The fat woman who had flirted with him at the banquet still held a grudge and prepared a bombshell, revealing Kenji's numerous misdeeds abroad. Kenji was not driven away by Sophia's family back then. He had taken money from Sophia's family while also hooking up with an American woman and living it up abroad. According to the timeline, he was with the American woman while he hadn't broken up with Sophia yet. The two even had a mixed-race son abroad, living a carefree life. This time, he returned because he was caught cheating while his American partner was pregnant, beaten up by foreigners, and fled back to stage a reunion with Sophia. I held Mia as we finished reading the entire scandal on the computer and couldn't help but applaud. Amazing, truly more dramatic than a movie. Sophia and Kenji are wanted by the police for malicious defamation. I heard that after everything was exposed, Sophia and Kenji had a huge fight. In a fit of rage, Sophia lost control and stabbed Kenji in the stomach. When the police arrived at their house to arrest them, they found Kenji lying in a pool of blood, barely alive, and Sophia was nowhere to be found. The former star had turned into a fugitive, a truly lamentable turn of events. Oh no, she was no longer a star. The awards of a disgraced artist had long been revoked by the committee, ready to be reissued at the upcoming film festival. Before accompanying Mia on the red carpet, a shadowy figure sneaked into the dressing room. When I discovered and dragged the figure out from the corner, I realized it was Sophia. She looked haggard, filthy like a beggar, and emitted a foul odor. She must have been hiding in some garbage dump to evade the police these past few days. I pinched my nose in disgust and shielded Mia behind me. Sophia's gaze was as venomous as a wolf's. "Alex, please save me. My family has abandoned me. No one wants me. Don't you still love me? Save me. No one wants me. Don't you still love me? Save me, please." She stumbled towards me, her smile uglier than crying, but I kicked her to the ground. "I'm married now, lady. What delusional dream are you still having, Alex? You ungrateful scoundrel. Without me, the star, what would you be as an ace agent? I am your glory, your badge, and that vase behind you is nothing. Bah! Calling me fickle, but you left me and found another." Seeing my heartless demeanor, she tore off her facade, looking mad. I sneered, grabbing her throat and glaring coldly at her. "Sophia, I did consider it. I thought about loving you sincerely, about marrying you, but you. All these years, you only saw me as a substitute for Kenji. You were blind as a bat to treat me like that bastard. When you used Kenji's photo as your chat background, when you engraved his initials on our ring, did you ever think about me? Sophia, people like you don't deserve happiness." I looked down at her as if she were garbage and then threw her away. Sophia staggered and fell to the ground, watching in despair as Mia wiped my hands. She sobbed on the floor. "Bitch, it's all because you seduced Alex that he stopped loving me. I hate you. I hate you both." A sharp scream rang out, and a flash of a knife was seen. Sophia had raised a blood-stained knife, charging at Mia with murderous intent. Bang! The next second, she screamed in pain. Her hand had been shot, leaving a bloody hole. The police, who had arrived just in time, easily subdued her. Mia had secretly called the police, and they arrived just in time to witness Sophia's attack. As Sophia was escorted away by the police, it was also time for us to walk the red carpet. I held Mia's hand and walked past the disheveled Sophia, smiling as I said, "Sorry, you're blocking the real queen's way."
this one, this pile of dirt right here, like the rubble and the rock, I like to stand right here behind this black line. Just like the darker part right there. And then just hold the, you can jiggle it when it's about to spawn.
Be advised, objective Echo is under attack. Attention, marked objective is under threat. Defend the position. Objective Charlie is under hostile attack. Coming in. Listen, we've spotted an enemy helicopter to your north.
It's fine, all gun. You can fly. Well, fuck us.